If you've ever considered moving to White Rock, BC, whether you are renting or buying, this video is exactly made for you. And these are three things that you're definitely going to want to know if you're considering calling White Rock home in the very near future or in the year 2025 or really any time beyond that. Things that you probably wouldn't normally know or you likely haven't considered to really help you make a better decision if it's the right place for you at all. Selling homes in the White Rock and South Surrey area since 2007, we have seen it all, but these are some of the bigger changes that are coming to the area in 2025, and you do not want to miss out on understanding them. So if that all sounds good, why don't we jump into it right now? Hey, I'm Darren, team leader of a top performing real estate team serving Surrey, BC and the surrounding areas. You might have seen me featured in big media like on Global TV, CTV, or in various newsprints like Business in Vancouver or the Georgia Strait. I created this YouTube channel to help you learn all about the areas of White Rock and Surrey, BC, and to offer a trusted voice for everything going on with real estate in British Columbia. Our team has helped hundreds and hundreds of people just like you buy or sell a home. So if you find yourself looking for help, connect with us by checking out the video description below, where you'll also find tons of valuable information and downloads for both home buyers and sellers. Now, enjoy the video. So there could be absolutely nothing worse than buying a home, spending all that money and investing in a property only to find out things either about the community that you buy in that you absolutely detest, you don't like, they are no good for what your plans were, or even worse, you even have to maybe sell or make another move to get out of the community. So I'm going to share with you three things about White Rock that are pretty important that you're going to want to consider if you're looking at calling it home in the coming years. Let's jump into number one, and that is really just revolving around the massive development that is coming not only to White Rock but also to the area of South Surrey, and just really what that's going to do to the community. Now this video is focused a little more on White Rock, so I'm going to stick as close to the border for White Rock as absolutely possible. But this is what you really need to know about the development that's on the way. The big news is called the Semiahmoo Town Centre plan, and this is going to have a massive impact on what the neighborhood looks like in the coming years. The Semiahmoo Town Centre plan is a long-term multi-phased master plan calling for the entire property where the Semiahmoo Mall area is to be carved up into 7 lots for high-rise and mid-rise building developments, generally with residential uses in the upper levels and commercial uses in the lower levels. New public roadways crossing through the site will establish the lots. The first phase will be the redevelopment of the northernmost 2.8-acre parcel of the 20-acre mall property, replacing the Chevron gas station, Dollar Tree, and the Subway fast food restaurant near the southwest corner of the intersection near 152nd Street and 18th Avenue. The first phase entails 2 20-story mixed-use towers and 1 12-story mixed-use tower containing a total of 554 homes. Other uses include over 45,000 square feet of ground-level retail and restaurant space and a 10,000 square foot art studio that will be owned by the City of Surrey. Now, the existing Semiahmoo Town Centre, the indoor mall, that is not due to be redeveloped under the current application for the first one of 7 pieces of this property parcel. The timeline for redevelopment of the remaining portion of the Semiahmoo Shopping Centre, in accordance with the long-range vision of the site, is currently undetermined but expected to be built out over a number of decades. So this is going to be a huge shakeup not only to this area, but you're going to have to expect some more development coming to this area as well. So the nucleus or the centerpiece of this entire area is really 16th Avenue and 152nd, the exact site of where this redevelopment is going to be taking place. But as you head north 8 blocks all the way to 24th Avenue, you're going to see the densities of these areas really change for anything that runs along that 152nd Street corridor. This means you're going to see low-rise mixed-use buildings. That means residential on top and commercial on the bottom, likely around 6 stories, running the span of 152nd and tearing down on the sides, meaning you might have 6-story and 4-story residential buildings coming down behind that. So the takeaway from all this is just to stress the importance of knowing the future of the area of White Rock, the city of White Rock, and the future of the area of South Surrey, because growth is going to be a massive thing, and you may find yourself staring at a ton of construction and redevelopment if you're not careful about where you choose to call home in the coming years. So now that you know about the plans coming to the area, it's probably important to get to number 2, and that is just really how busy the area of White Rock is going to become in the coming years. Now, we just talked about the development development coming to the area, but I want to put it all into perspective so the understanding of how this little small beach community is going to grow over time really sticks with you to make sure that it's the right community for you to call home. Here's what I mean by that. There was an interesting letter sent into the Peace Arch News by a resident of White Rock titled, "When Do White Rock Residents Say Enough?" And this article really just revolves around White Rock being transformed from a small little beach town into a major city as part of Metro Vancouver, and whether both the residents want this and also do we have the infrastructure to handle this sort of development. Now, obviously this poses a pretty interesting question. You know, the city is going to grow and the population and the density is going to continue to increase. And White Rock itself is really not that big of a landmass. It's just over 5 square kilometers in size. It's projected that the population of White Rock in 2024 was about 22,623 residents, but that number is expected to swell to 29,512 residents in 2046. How they get that down to the number is so confusing. I have no idea how they project that, but nonetheless, that's the numbers that are being projected. Now, it's important to note that White Rock is also completely bordered by only 2 things. That is the ocean and that is South Surrey. So what's going to happen with the South Surrey community and the population growth there too? Well, that really matters. The population of both South Surrey and White Rock by Elections Canada is estimated to be just shy of about 120,000 people. Old numbers suggested by the city of Surrey suggested that by 2046, that residency would climb to 141,000. But the Semiahmoo Town Centre plan alone mentioned earlier will add about 11,000 people to that number. So as these numbers are updated and as this density continues to come in, I expect that number of residents in both South Surrey and White Rock to be much, much higher. That means a lot more people, a lot more density, a lot more traffic, meaning we need a lot better infrastructure. We're talking schools, we're talking roadways, we're talking public facilities and sports fields and things for the kids. So lots to consider if you're choosing to relocate to the area of White Rock. And you're gonna really want to understand what's also going on the White Rock side as well. And their community planning, well, it was last done in 2017, so it's not quite as helpful as some of the stuff from the city of Surrey, but I think this one drawing really just basically sums it up. As we get from the town center in around the 16th and 152nd area, you're gonna see the bulk of the high rise, which will tear down to low rise, which is kind of what's already there to begin with, and then kind of more residential stuff on the hillside all the way down to Marine Drive. With that being said, I got a little bit more to add to that piece of the conversation, so hang around to the end because I'm going to fill you in on that and how to get some more information. And this is actually a really great time to remind you to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any updates about what's going on with the city of Surrey, British Columbia, White Rock, British Columbia, just like this video, or anything going on in the wild world of British Columbia real estate. And there's a lot always going on. It's kind of fun and you want to stay up to date. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you on the next video. But let's finish this video first. The last on our list is one that's very dear to my heart, and that's talking about dogs. Now, you might be thinking, well, what does dogs have to do with a video about White Rock? If you're a dog lover, there's some stuff that you really need to know, because I don't necessarily consider White Rock to be the most dog-friendly city in the most of the lower mainland. There's really a couple reasons why. Obviously, White Rock is bordered by a beautiful beach that you would assume that you should be able to go enjoy with your dog. But that's not quite the case in White Rock. It's a little more difficult to own a dog and get them to enjoy some of these awesome outdoor amenities in the city of White Rock. This is likely because White Rock attracts visitors from all over, not just from the lower mainland, but from all over the world. So not every culture and not everybody appreciates a dog quite as much as you and I might. As an example, on the promenade, dogs are only allowed on the promenade between the hours of 5:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. between August 1st to October 1st yearly. Dogs are also only allowed on the waterfront promenade from October 1st to March 31st, or really the winter months. They're never permitted to go on the pier, but they also have some restrictions just generally going onto the beach. While they are permitted to be on the beach with a leash of less than 2 meters long, the Wildlife Act in fact does not allow off-leash dogs to be on the beach. The province of British Columbia has jurisdiction for the beach, which is part of the Boundary Bay Wildlife Management Area. So if you can't even get your dog off leash to go swimming, well, what do you do with them? How do you get get them outside for exercise. Well, luckily for you, we did a video about the best dog parks in all of Surrey, and it looks just like this, and we'll leave the link for it below in the description. But the good news is 2 of the 3 best dog parks in all of Surrey are only about a 10-minute drive from the city of White Rock. So check out that video and you can see what I'm talking about. So to wrap up this video, I want to know if you have any questions about White Rock. Certainly leave those in the comments below. Whether you're a local or whether you're somebody looking to relocate here, let us know what you think about moving here in 2025. But I did promise you a little bit more about the density coming to not only South Surrey, not only White Rock, but really all over the lower mainland. And there is something called the multi-unit small scale housing initiative that is taking municipalities by storm, whether we like it or not. And I go into detail about what that density is going to look like and what it's going to do to neighborhoods in this video right here, which, lucky for you, is coming up next. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers.